All right, so in this next video, we're just going to go over right now. We've attached our cup to the hand. We see we can move it around and pick it up. But there's going to be times where you want your character to actually be able to pick up something and not just have a cup or whatever the character is holding, a sword or whatever, to be held all the time, because that's just a little bit weird. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to show how to do that. So right now I've got my cup here, and we're going to take this cup and position it so that they are pretty close, as close as we can get them to each other, which shouldn't be that hard. Okay, there we go. So the idea is this. There's the cup that's attached to her hand is always going to be attached to her hand. Okay. What we need to do is with these cups, the cup resting on the table is going to be invisible, or is going to be visible, and the one in her hand is going to be invisible until she reaches. When she reaches and she goes to grab it, we switch the visibility. Okay, so let me show you how that works. So let's say she's here and her hand is here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, it's going to go like this and then pick up the cup. And what we want to do is line it up. Right. We'll do a little switch. Let's say, so what we have to do is key this cup so that it is, let's say right there, it's going to be visible. So here's the visibility. Okay. So when I select it, there's cup unattached. There's cup attached that's bound. We know it's bound because it's gray. So we're going to key the visibility on let's say make it a nice even number, and I'm going to zoom in so we don't have to go totally nuts like, what is that? So at 400, I'm going to key the visibility on. Right click on the visibility, key selected, it's keyed on. Now, I'm going to go one frame back and then key it off. So change it to off, right click, key selected. So on one frame it's off, on the other frame it's on. So how that works is if I have her hand here and I move it back, you notice early on it's invisible, right? We set a key for that hand. Boom. That is when this turns on. That is when we line it up right there. So, boom. Now we have to do the reverse for this one. We know that we're at frame 39, or 399 and 400. So I have to do the same keys for the other one. So at 399, I key this on. And at 400, I key this one off. Right click, key selected. And that's the switcheroo. So if I deselect it, boom, you can see it goes right to there, right? And then let's say right here is where she would go to take a drink. So we lift this up, we pull it back, kind of rotate her hand inward a little bit like so, like she's getting ready to take a drink. So if I go back here, let's see what that looks like. Right here.
Moving.
O,
You see that?
Moving.
The only difference, then I go back and key the fingers. But basically we have two models. One that's attached to the hand, one that is just sitting here. One is off, one is on at $3.99, and then we flip them. So the one that's off is on, and one that's on is off. And that one that is now on is the one that's attached to her hand. And now it's just going to follow it. So that's basically how you do that. That's the old switcheroo for having a prop. This prop is always attached to her hand. We're just keying the visibility, right? And if I get lost, like, oh wait, where is it? I named them so that I can always go back. Oh, that's the attached one. Let me set a key. And then I go to the unattached one and set a key. And that's basically how we would do it. Let me know if you have any questions.